Yes, we're back, baby. It's another episode of Electronic Identity Crisis. And today I'm joined by Mr. Samwho.
Hi.
Hello, thanks for coming all the way to Groningen.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah, you came from Rotterdam today, right?
Yeah, I did.
And
It's a long trip.
It's a long trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that journey with NS.
Yeah, at least it was a straight trip, so that's kind of nice.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you do anything like music related while you were traveling, or did you just stare out of the window?
No, mostly just made a little playlist for today, and you asked me for some songs, so I found like the perfect opportunity on the train to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to remember to stay close to the mic.
Yeah. Become friends with the mic.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, I'm very curious to hear what you brought with you later on. Speaking of which, like I was wondering while I was biking here, I was thinking like, oh, I should ask this because it varies a lot what kind of tracks people bring for this first segment of my show. And some people really bring the music they just listen to in their downtime when they're not producing and when they're not DJing. And some people, they bring some tracks that they like to play in their DJ sets. And on that note, I wanted to ask you, do you use Spotify at all? And did you look at your rap this year?
I actually do not use Spotify since a few years. I use Tidal. First of all, I made the choice because we all like to stream music. Everyone wants to do it because it's just extremely convenient. And I think the streaming stuff is really good because streaming for myself as well, like I feel like there's a lot of music I discovered because it was just so easy to stream. So, it was just so easy to reach it and like invited me to listen to a lot of other stuff. So, but yeah, that being said, Spotify is obviously like, just doing terribly right now, business-wise for artists, denying like a lot of people even pay at the moment. So I just chose Tidal over that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good cause to go for another platform.
Yeah. Then lately I've been hearing that Tidal just refuses to pay. So I still feel like
not great either.
Yeah, not great either.
Yeah, I saw something that if you buy just one EP or one album, it corresponds to streaming an artist on Spotify for 3 years or something.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you say that you also use it a lot as a tool for discovery, because that's how I use streaming platforms a lot as well. Like I encounter them on Spotify or SoundCloud or something, and then when I think like, oh, that's a nice track, I would like to have in my collection, like I buy it on Bandcamp usually.
Yeah, and I feel like especially back when Spotify started and the algorithm wasn't so fixed, some people just get Drake in their discovery the whole time instead of like, even though they don't even listen to that, but still there's a lot. Yeah, still there's a lot to discover on Spotify. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we got. This was actually a terrible first question because I meant to ask you about who you are and like what kind of music you like and what kind of music you make. So let's go from the end back to the start, and maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Samwho. My name is actually Samuel. I'm from Rotterdam, born and raised, never left. Love music since I was pretty young, but started actually doing it at a pretty late age. I come from I said this in an interview last time as well, but I come from like a immigrant family, and like my parents are very into music, but it was never like, oh, you should really do that as a profession, like that was never like encouraged from home or anything. I think they're happy with it now, but what else can I say? I've been producing music for like 10 years now, I think.
Oh, nice.
DJing for a bit less, actually. Mm-hmm. So I think I started actually DJing in, let's say, radios and stuff like that from 2019.
Okay.
So right when the pandemic started. So that's when I started to get a few gigs, and then the pandemic started, and it all went down again. I've been liking the process of making music, I guess. It's been a hell of a journey.
If you've been in it for 10 years, then you've certainly also seen like the evolution of the scene, but also your own progress and stuff. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I feel like, especially what you said, like the evolution of the scene. I feel like after 10 years, and especially after the pandemic, is the first time that I saw things sort of change. Like I feel like things were kind of the same for a long time. I remember pre-corona, like things would get up to, like a lot of parties, things would get up to like maybe 130 BPM at a party, and that would be already pretty wild.
Yeah.
And now like there's this dramatic switching that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, sound wise, like I feel like especially that, like the pandemic in between, just so much changed after it, sound wise, I believe.
Yeah.
How
Do you
do
think
you?
we'll go back to the slower BPMs?
I think everything will come back eventually, and then pass again and come back. And yeah, that's just the course of things.
True, true.
Yeah.
I also found it relatable when you said that, your parents are supportive, but they never really considered music a career.
No, no.
Um, I think that's, yeah, it was also the case in my family. Like, I was encouraged to play piano as well when I was young. But it was always out of a perspective of like, a hobby that's good for you. And, it's just a good way to spend your time.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever considered it as a career choice. But now that I do it a bit more seriously, they're also like seeing that it can be
Yeah.
a nice career.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, but I think it also comes very much from, them having to assimilate to this culture here. Like, I don't know about your family, but my family, my parents immigrated, so I'm like the first generation born here. So
Yeah.
for them, it was also like getting to know a new country and surviving, and
Yeah.
so for them, it was a career is just something that gets money on the table, and doing what you love comes second.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, because maybe the same for your parents, I don't know, but for my parents, they definitely come from an environment where if you simply do not have a decent job that brings in a decent pay, then you're just not eating that week.
Yeah.
It's a completely different environment, and here we are somewhat privileged enough to just take a different route and try out some things instead
Yeah.
of just immediately going for security.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel
And
very blessed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think that's the biggest difference, and something that they understandably look differently at.
Hmm.
So I never took it wrong that they, especially in the beginning, like didn't really seem to understand why I was doing that. But at the same time, I've always, like, ever since I started doing music, I've been working full time. I still have a job that I do full time, so everything I do music wise is next to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there wasn't really much to complain about anyway for him. So
Yeah. How
yeah.
do you combine it? Like, where do you get the energy from?
um, yeah. I mean, I consider music like most of the time, because obviously even in music there's sometimes that time that you have to open up your laptop and you don't really feel like it. But most of the time I consider it my free time, like especially during the pandemic. I think a lot of producers had this, but when the pandemic came, I was just going to work and going straight to this little studio I had in town, and I think I was spending like 6 hours a day there after working
Wow.
8 hours or something.
Yeah.
But it never felt like work or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps if you really just want to spend time on it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously there's parts, like sometimes you have to mix a track when you're not feeling like it. But
Yeah.
like
The
sometimes,
administrative stuff.
yeah, basically, the tedious things.
Yeah.
But mostly, sometimes I had to like stop myself from opening up Ableton. And I was like, okay, stop it. Just go do something else for now, because it's
Yeah.
not productive anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still have a studio outside of your house, or do you work on music at home?
No, I just work on it at home actually. I used to have like a anti-crack, like
Yeah.
anti-squatting kind of place.
Yeah.
And it was pretty big, so I had a lot of space to put like a lot of gear and stuff like that. But actually, the first songs that I made when I started, they actually got released, and I found good enough to release. I just made them at like my kitchen table with a Bluetooth speaker. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I'm just starting out with production. Like, I've been doing it for 2-ish years. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I make is from my couch on my laptop speakers.
Yeah,
And,
nice, right?
you know, later on I listen to it on studio headphones and I refine some things. But
Yeah.
being comfortable also helps so much in the creative process, I think. Just
Yeah.
being in a space that really feels nice.
Yeah, I recently noticed that I didn't like, because I still do have a little setup at home. So a little, I have my monitors, I have a little drum computer and stuff like that. But all of a sudden I noticed that I wasn't sitting there anymore. And every time I just went to my kitchen, and then I realized the reason I was doing that, it was simply because the chair that I bought was so uncomfortable. And it takes me, yeah, I'm really silly in such things. It could take me a month to realize, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I just sit there for 20 minutes and I'm like, nah, I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's good that you realized eventually.
Yeah, it's silly that these things are not really talked about as much. I think, at least in my social media feed and whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say it like that. But like just simply sitting comfortably, like having your speakers at the right angle. Like maybe your room. I don't feel like you need to soundproof it to the max, but just the things are nice when you sit there.
Yeah.
It's just so important.
Yeah, it feels very like in the public view, it feels kind of like secondary how
Yeah.
comfortable you are. It's more focused towards cool gear,
Yeah.
and it looking nice. But
Gear is definitely secondary.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's a good thing to think about. Yeah, I'm still very much like collecting and thinking about how I want to, make my studio.
Yeah.
Because now it's mostly my laptop and I have like a little synthesizer, but nothing crazy. But as you go along, and especially if you've been doing it for 10 years, like I can imagine that you collect some things along the way.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I've collected and sold so many things. And eventually now it's just like a little drum computer. Now I'm also really thinking about simply size of things, because I have a desk that's about, not too big. So I just sold a push, for instance, just to get the smaller push,
Oh yeah.
just because of the size, so
Yeah.
it could sit neatly in front of me and I don't have to like reach out to go over there, because if like maybe I'm just really fucked up in that sense. But if it's like all the way over there and I have to reach for it, I tend to after a while just not do that anymore. So
That
and then
makes
the
sense.
thing just goes back in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Like it has to be convenient,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You probably do you like those pocket operators by Teenage Engineering?
Yeah, I think they're fun, but it's also
It's a
that's
bit gimmicky, but they're
yeah,
small.
no,
They're
no,
very
they're
small.
definitely fun, and you could do a lot with them. But then again, it's like setting it up and like maybe actually doing something with
Yeah,
it
true.
becomes a problem. So I have some, but it's like I used them for a while, but then after a while also, didn't use them. Like that's also a thing with a lot of gear. People like really vintage stuff, and it can be nice, but if the connectivity is like not great, and I'm getting latency issues, things that I need to figure out with MIDI and stuff, I don't even bother.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, but it sounds amazing. I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's not working like perfectly with my Ableton and everything, and I can't get the sounds out immediately,
Yeah.
it just becomes a nuisance and it goes back in the box again.
Yeah, it needs to be easy and convenient so you
Yeah.
can focus your energy on the creative stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's almost becoming the theme of the podcast now.
Nice, nice. I also something I've been wondering about because a lot of the people that I know, the friends that I gathered once I started music as well, are DJ first and producer second. Like in the order that they started, but also mostly in the way that they output music.
Yeah.
But it feels like for you, maybe it's the other way around. Like, would you consider yourself a producer first and like a DJ second? Or is it like a bit 50-50?
I definitely spend my time way more on making music than DJing, and I feel like most of the time it's been like that. I don't even actually have a set of decks at home.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, actually I would have to say producer first. But the reason I started with that is because I started with that back when I was 13 or 14. I already like played around with Fruity Loops and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. So that's what I was familiar with, and that's what I started doing, and way before I ever understood what electronic music, was really about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is it to, um, like, did you notice a difference between um, finding your people, like finding friends that produce and friends that DJ, like, yeah, are they the same circle or are they different people? And did you notice different things?
Um. Well, for me, actually, the first, maybe the second techno party I went to, I immediately ran into some old friends of mine.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
like, hey, what are you doing here? He was like,
Yeah.
and then they were also that's Nigel that I'm talking about. Maybe you know him, Nigel Montero. He plays more techno-ish
Mm.
stuff. Also released under United Identities.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, then we immediately like linked up again, and he showed me like they were making music. Another friend of ours, Danny Neves, he was more into DJing. So I kind of easily rolled into that,
Yeah.
because the people around me were already doing that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was convenient, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering about this because I feel like me and my friends were going sort of the same path, like learning how to produce around the same time, and then, we can see each other's growth, and it's sort of on the same path.
Nice.
But I can imagine that it's also fun to have people that are more into one over the other, and you can learn from each other a lot as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys all came in on the same level, you mean? So you kind
Yeah,
of
like we
grew.
started. Now we didn't necessarily start DJing around the same time, but like the group of friends that I hang out a lot with at the moment, like we formed this group around the same time. Like there wasn't anyone that rolled in a lot later, but we did start producing all around the same time. So
Yeah.
that's very fun to see like each other's growth, and because I think it's also a nice sort of measure for how you're doing yourself,
Yeah.
because sometimes I can't really tell, like, is the stuff that I'm making good, or and then I listen to what my friends make and I think, oh, that's pretty nice
Yeah.
actually. And
Yeah.
we started around the same time, so probably it's kind of like, I don't want to compare myself too much, but
Mhm.
in that sense it's kind of nice to see a reference,
Yeah.
like my friends are doing good, so I
Yeah.
must be doing too.
Yeah, I feel like I always missed that. So somebody that came in on the same level as me, because a lot of times I would sit next to Nigel and just have no clue what he was doing. So I think both probably have their own value, because
Yeah.
I actually wonder like how that would have been,
Mm.
because then maybe also you could have been more actively together at the same time, and doing stuff. Well, I felt more like I was kind of running behind, trying
Oh,
to keep
yeah.
up, which
Yeah.
is fine, because obviously I just got here.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then later also sound wise, I felt like I went a completely different direction.
Oh, yeah.
So and then I felt more a bit lonely in that, I guess, at that time. But then I came
In your
into
new sound, or
more into the UK basis
oh,
sound.
yeah.
Yeah. So before that, I used to just do mostly house and techno.
Oh, yeah.
And when the UK bass came, especially in Rotterdam, it really took a while for it to pick up the pace and people to appreciate it.
Yeah.
But now I'm really excited to see a lot of people, also excited about it just as I am.
Yeah, for sure. When I
Uh,
think of Rotterdam, I always think of bassy music and electro, and
Yeah, I think a lot of like distorted stuff,
yeah.
like just distortion on the master channel. I feel like even DJs, when they come from a different sound and they're in Rotterdam, they might even come from America and they're like, I feel like they think, oh, this is Rotterdam, so I need to like make it really pound, and yeah, yeah. I like Rotterdam because it's also pretty diverse in that. So
Yeah.
there's a surface, like that's like a general like appreciation for distortion, I guess.
Hmm.
But it's also like there's a lot of different like corners in Rotterdam.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I think we have that here a bit as well. Like Groningen is far away from everything, so we try to make the best of it with each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of collectives, but each of them does quite a different thing. So
Mhm.
it's easy to support one another when you don't have like the same audience that you have to fight for. Like everyone
Yeah.
has their own little niche.
Yeah.
That's what I really like when that happens in the scene. I feel like there's a certain part, like some cities in the Netherlands where that I see that, and I was really enjoyed it. Like also in Nijmegen, I feel like
Yeah, I
it's
like
a really
Nijmegen,
nice
yeah.
supportive scene, and yeah, I get the feeling for Rotterdam a
Yeah.
bit as well for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in Rotterdam, I feel like I can sort of expect, even though I'm in a UK-based kind of corner, I can expect support from a hip hop guy.
Yeah, that's
You
great.
know, so that I do value in Rotterdam. Everyone just respects what everyone's doing, even though they're going their own lane. Yeah, and I still like kind of yeah, upholds each other, and the community is, I feel like the community is viewed a bit broader than just like, oh, they do that, or and they do like UK bass and the other guys do electro or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you look for like other people of color to connect with at all? Is that something that's important to you? Because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I grew up in quite white neighborhoods and white schools, and it came a bit later for me that I thought like, hey, I actually don't have a lot of like friends that are people of color. So that's something that I more actively seek out now that I'm doing music as well. But yeah, I was just wondering how that is for you.
Um, yeah, so I feel like I connect with diverse set of people, but the most of them by far are people of color. Yeah. And actually most of them are just straight up black. So yeah, Rotterdam is just filled with all types of nationalities.
Yeah.
Even though I actually moved from the west side of Rotterdam, which was more yeah, more diverse in nationalities, and then moved to a wider neighborhood. I still just always connected with the black people. So yeah, we all also when I came into the electronic music scene, I immediately gravitated towards them again because I feel like we have a certain different type of need in electronic music. You know, we want things to move a different way. So, for instance, yeah, I don't know if you will see a lot of black people at for instance, an Italo party or something.
Yeah,
You know, it
yeah.
just they just want a different kind of groove or something.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I've ended up collabing with him, and I actually do a party in Rotterdam at the moment called Anda, which is centered around connecting the diasporic sounds of African countries, and also for instance, we look at American culture as like, for some reason, they also gravitate towards, I don't know, other black people in a completely different country, maybe in the UK, etc. Sound wise, for some reason, there's still a connection in there,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we try to show with that. A lot of my friends are actually also, besides the fact that they're black, they're also Cape Verdean. Tend to be. I I don't think I choose that yeah, consciously or something, but it just turns out like that.
Yeah.
Also sound wise, again, like I feel like we really connect on that.
That's great though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So lovely that you were, even if it was like subconsciously, like you surround yourself with the people that you feel most at ease with, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
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 That's really nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, even though just like you, I did grow up mostly in a mostly predominantly white neighborhood, but still there were also some black people there, and those are just my childhood friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it just happens like that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's check the time because I think we've been yapping a bit. Yeah, maybe we can play some tracks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought a couple of tracks that you wanted to showcase as well, right?
Yeah. So, you asked like 3 or 5 songs,
Yeah.
3 to 5
Yeah.
songs, but on the train I was like, but what is she gonna ask me? Does she maybe want like electronic music? Does she just want stuff that maybe influenced me in a while? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw a bunch of songs in here that kind of resonate with me, and we'll see where the conversation goes.
Yeah.
And I feel like now we went a certain way with the conversation, so I think I can back it up with a Cape Verdean song to kind of show, yeah, what I mean in what we gravitate towards groove wise.
Cool. Yeah, can't wait to
Yeah.
hear it. Okay, I will keep talking while Samuel looks for the track. Yeah, this was a really nice talk, actually. Like, sometimes I tend to forget the time when the conversation is really nice. But yeah, I'm so happy to hear that you were able to connect with people that know where you come from. And yeah, for me, it's still an ongoing journey, I guess. But I see more and more Asian collectives and platforms coming up now as well. So yeah, hopefully that's also in there for me in the future. All right. Wow, that was very nice. Does it? What does it mean, Bulimundo?
Bulimundo is I'm gonna butcher this story. It's a very ancient well ancient. It's like if I think it's might be like 100 years old or like more. It's like a folk song, so just a song that everybody knows and can like sing along to, and it has a lot of different versions to it. So. This song is mostly just praising the music around it, but Bulimundo, as far as I know it, it comes from yeah, that story that I could fill you in one day, but there's like a story behind it about a king and a fox or something, and yeah, that's as far as my knowledge about it goes.
Okay,
I
okay.
should ask my mom one day.
Yeah.
It's like one of these things that I've just been hearing since very young, but I'm not completely aware of like what the story is behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's relatable for a lot of people. Like you hear your
Yeah.
parents listening to some stuff, and
Yeah.
you don't really know like the full emotional.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
This band actually named himself after that, this Bulimundo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the song is also called Bulimundo. In the song, they're actually mostly like praising all the different types of Cape Verde music
Oh, nice.
that we have. So tabanka, funana, yeah, stuff like that's what he kept saying at the end. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it sounds great.
yeah.
Cool. I have a track ready to go as well. Yeah, in the same, like musically very different. But the reason why is in the same line. Like I recently had my first track release on the Various Artists compilation, and that label is called Sis Sister Sounds by Maggie. She's a Vietnamese Cambodian woman from Australia, and she set up this label for other Asian female and non-binary producers and DJs. So I wanted to show a track from that compilation that I really liked, and it's not my own.
Nice. Yeah.
It's quite a long track, so I'm fading it out. But that was a snippet of Disconnected by Dwams and Earth Angel Baby on the Unity VA. Yeah, I really like this track. It's so emo and ambient and like hyper poppy and
Yeah. Really cool.
so not something I like. This kind of music is not something I listen to a lot, but when I hear it, I'm always like, oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I feel like songs like that kind of slow down time or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, really lovely. Yeah, do you have anything, another track that you would like to?
Yeah, I do. Actually, more of a song that kind of changed my. Uh, I think this song was in a collection of songs that kind of changed my view on electronic music mostly.
Oh,
So kind of changed the way that I thought like you could make an electronic track.
oh,
And it's by Call Super. It's called Dovetail.
cool.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll just put it out.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, what a nice track. I really liked all the bleeps and bloops. And
Yeah.
what about this changed the way you thought about creating electronic music?
I guess before this, I was listening to a lot of just straight up, house and just very four on the floor ish beat. We had like the rhythm was mostly like set in stone, right?
Yeah.
Um, and well, sometimes it's just about the moment that you hear something, right? So I really like, first of all, like a more dancey thing that's all can also be melancholic without losing that sort of urge to dance.
Oh, nice.
And I felt like this had that, while at the same time using a completely different type of rhythm than I was used to at the time. And via this, I got more like in contact to like UK bass and that kind of which is also probably my favorite thing about this whole UK bass thing that a lot of us are doing at the moment, is that something could be four on the floor, something could be like some complete oddball rhythm, but it's all falling under the same kind of UK bass world, right? So in the UK bass world, it's not like house where you need like a four on the floor kick and a clap on the 2 and 4 to make it house. Like UK bass could be so many things.
Yeah, it's a lot more like sculptable, and like it can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. Which also makes it a very vague genre at the moment. But that's what I like about it.
The one requirement is that it has to make you make a bass face.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Cool. It's so fun to have like a sort of the track that was the doorway to opening up your creative process as well. I think that's a really nice thing to have.
Yeah. I guess that went automatically, First there was the appreciation musically, and then the next time that you're making music, you're like, you know what?
Yeah, let me try some of this.
Maybe I don't have to start with a 4 on the floor 909 kick this time,
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I think I will do one more, and I will let you choose. So I will describe the tracks.
Okay.
I have a very electro-clashy, bassy song from 2010.
Okay.
Or I have more like jazzy sort of footwork weirdness. They're both cool.
This is a tough one because I want to hear them both now, actually. But, I guess you got my curiosity at the 2010 song.
Let's go. It's called Go Go.
All right.
Go.
Yes, go go. It was a very fun maximalist track, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I went through a lot of different vibes.
Yeah, you said something about like having sort of Afrojack vibes as well. I
Yeah,
could see
yeah.
that as well. Like, yeah, I love it. It just, I don't know, it reminds me of my high school parties, I think.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are going back to that time of kind of sounds.
Yeah,
You know, like the Afro house of Afrojack, like the dirty Dutch kind of sound. I think. You
yeah,
know, because I also feel like there were a lot of different sounds in there. You know.
for sure. Yeah, and it's very unserious, and I
Yeah.
really love that sometimes. Like, I also really like serious tracks
Yeah.
and like building and layers, and but sometimes you just want to have a fun track, and I think this
Definitely.
is it.
Should be room for all of these
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah. All right. It was so much fun talking to you and
Yeah.
listening to tracks. And now you're gonna play a DJ set. So are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Cool. Have fun.